So what are your expectations regarding your current investors' contribution to the next funding round?
That's good.
Okay.
Wow.
It's rapidly so changing. Either review the documents and plans or become a full committed team member. So I think, Enikő, in your case, it's nearly impossible, no, to have a fully committed team member with more than
if we count the number of investments and the investment managers, the masses cannot make it.
That means you need to hire more people, no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. So what is the reality?
Can I just say, it really depends on the portfolio size. So I know there are different strategies talking about angel investing. And I know people who invest into one company at a time, or maybe one company a year kind of thing. And then they are really hands-on and they are part of the team because that's what they like. I wouldn't say it's a typical strategy, but there are people like that. And then is definitely an option for them. I don't think it's an option for you and not an option for me. So,
yeah. So all right.
I mean, we have this incubation team, and in there, the companies can have some mentors who can help them. So they are not the investors, but we try to connect them and help them to find their mentors. So they should be as a team member there when they go for fundraising. But it's the really early phase, so
and not every mentor is an M&A expert. So
yeah,
of course, but they can help them in that part where they are expert in.
Does that mean in your case, regarding referring back to your sentence earlier, that you are actually marketing your early stage startups to later stage investors?
Sorry?
You are introducing, I mean, you are marketing your portfolio, for example, from incubation to later stage investors every now and then?
Not really the incubation part, but maybe the seed, late seed company. So maybe if we have connection with other investors, we may have more companies that could be interesting for them. So in that case, it's good to meet them and maybe marketing, yes, our portfolio. And especially the companies that they're going very well and they need more funding. So that's a good point.
One thing I think is it also depends on the size of the round and the team size, so a couple of different aspects. When we talk about like a Series A sort of investment, so a bigger round, few million euros, there's a tremendous amount of work, but there's also a tremendous amount of money at the end of the game, which means that I like to involve professionals who will help the team, who will work with them, mainly because it will take the extra load off of the shoulders of the founders. Because normally around a seed round, a late seed round, a Series A round, could take out the founder, the CEO of the company, like 50% or even more of his time for 6 to 9 to 12 months. Now, sacrificing 50% of the driving force of the company for a year, that is kind of crazy, even if there's a lot of money coming out of it. So in my two latest bigger rounds, we involved Leonard and team. So they helped us with the prefix box and the Logi School funding rounds. And it was really working great because I could focus on what was important for me, is mentoring the founders and helping them figure out what they want and helping them select which investor they actually want to land the deal with. And Leonard and team did a hell lot of work that the CEO didn't have to do. And I think this, for a Series A round, it makes sense. For an earlier round, the problem is that the money is not that huge, but this also means that the CEO gets dragged in and does all the groundwork. But as an angel investor, being active with over 2,000 companies, there's just not enough hours in the day for me to do their work instead of them. So they have to end up doing it. But also, it doesn't look good if they don't understand the material they present. So I think it's very important is that you cannot get out of this. If you're raising funds, you have to make the materials yourself. You have to be very familiar with everything that's in that Excel sheet, in that document, because they're real big questions. And if you don't know the answer, you won't get an investment.